Hi everyone, it's Shelly, and today I wanted to share some strategies for my mothers out there who are experiencing quite a bit of distress. And whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a working mom, hopefully some of these tips and strategies can help you stay grounded, be more present, and in return manage the distress that you may be feeling that day. So the first strategy, and a strategy that I talk about with all my clients, is diaphragmatic breathing. How are you breathing? And the idea here is that you're taking deep belly breaths. So what I would suggest is that you carve out time throughout the day, whether you put an alarm on or you set a reminder somehow, where you are very focused on your breathing and you're doing it for 2 to 5 minutes of just pure diaphragmatic breathing. This will help bring down the stress, and eventually it becomes second nature to do it when you are in high stressful situations. So once again, practicing diaphragmatic breathing throughout the day. The second strategy and our tip would be using mindfulness of your thoughts. So here we would use self-talk to help bring us back to the present when we get lost in future or past thoughts. So what we would call static. Right? So when you get lost in static, you're not thinking clearly or seeing clearly at that moment, and therefore distress levels rise. So the idea here is to use self-talk to ask yourself, what's happening? What am I feeling? Where am I lost right now? And then finally, what do I have control over in this very moment? And by asking ourselves these questions, we become more mindful of what's actually happening in the moment and what we do have control over, and hopefully reducing the amount of distress you're feeling at that very moment. Okay? The third strategy is ice. And ice is a very powerful distress tolerance strategy. So I suggest saving it for when your distress is either 9 or 10 out of 10, which is very high. And the idea here is you're using your senses to essentially cool down your nervous system, to cool down. You're going to go take a piece of ice, hold in your palm, and close your eyes and squeeze the ice in your palm, and doing the diaphragmatic breathing alongside of it. And the idea here is once again to become more present and grounded and reduce the amount of stress that you're feeling in your body. And that's for a 9 or a 10 out of 10 of distress. And then lastly, I would recommend taking a break from technology, whether that's your phone, iPad, the television, whatever it may be, and particularly before bed. I really recommend disconnecting from technology and either taking a bath, reading a book, diaphragmatic breathing, having a conversation with someone, sitting outside, anything that's going to connect you to yourself or to nature, and that reduces the amount of distress that you're feeling in your body, will be helpful in that moment. And what I find is when we disconnect from technology, that helps us stay more present. I don't know about you, but for me, when I am scrolling through social media before bed, it actually makes me feel more anxious and doesn't help with distress. And so I've made it a practice to stop doing that before bed in particular, and to do that more in the day when I'm feeling I can tackle that and I have more capacity to do so. So I would suggest really disconnecting from technology and giving yourself that break. These are just some simple strategies to try out right now to manage, and hopefully they can help you throughout the day and throughout the week. And let me know how some of those strategies are going, and I'll come back with some more tips later on. Thanks so much and have a great day.